A series of explosions have ripped through a gas plant in the U.S. state of Florida. At least 7 people were injured at the Blue Rhino propane plant. That's in the central town of Tavares. 15 members of staff have been feared missing, but have now been accounted for. Well, Ryan Hughes with Florida's WFTV was at the scene overnight, and I put it to him that it's remarkable that such a large number of workers escaped the explosions.
At one point, there were 24 to 26 people working the night shift at the plant. When they saw the explosion, when they heard the explosion, they all ran for it. At one point, 15 people were unaccounted for, but they have all since been located. 7 people were injured, 3 of them critically taken to hospitals in Central Florida. But certainly good news coming out of this situation after some very bad news was initially reported.
Ryan, a propane gas plant. Have there been other incidents, not quite as big as this, but of a similar and worrying nature in recent times?
There was a fertilizer plant in the state of Texas that exploded a few months ago, and I believe 15 to 20 people perished in that. This particular plant, it's unknown at this point if there have been any safety issues in the past. That was asked of a local sheriff's office spokesman, and at that point he could not confirm if there had been any other issues, certainly not to this magnitude, but any on any scale at this particular plant.
It is 5 o'clock in the east.
We do begin with breaking news this morning from Florida, where a plant that refills propane tanks has exploded near Orlando. Look at these pictures, filling the sky with this spectacular yet terrifying sight. This over the city of Tavares. Alina Machado is following the latest developments for us. What do we know about this, Alina?
Well, John, the video is dramatic. One Tavares, Florida resident said the loud blast sounded like there were bombs going off. This all started a few hours ago in a town that's about 45 minutes northwest of Orlando. Now, initially, more than a dozen employees were believed to be missing, but authorities say, thankfully, they have all been accounted for. 7 employees were taken to regional hospitals. We don't know the extent of their injuries. What we do know is that there were 53,000 cylinders of propane at the plant, more than 1 million pounds in all. Authorities understandably braced for the worst. They set up a half-mile evacuation around the plant and began pouring water onto the facility. It took fire crews several hours to gain a handle on the situation. Now, the good news in all of this is that authorities say no one has died. John?
That is great news, Alina. Any word about the cause of this fire?
Well, so far, the cause of the explosions and the fire is not immediately known. Presumably, authorities are going to be working to find out exactly what caused this to happen.
You said there were no deaths inside the plant. What about the people who live nearby? Are there any homes?
There are homes. A spokesperson for the Lake County Sheriff's Office says there are about 50 homes, about 3/4 of a mile away from the plant. You might remember, again, the evacuation area that was set up is a half a mile around the plant. And again, some more good news is that no residents were hurt in this blast.
But those pictures, these pictures we're looking at, Alina, and we keep on looking at it here, they're simply terrifying. And with the amount of propane that was there, it's a near miracle that there were no deaths there. All right, Alina Machado following the story for us.